Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Fate Stay Night. Previously, Rin told Shirou more about the logistics of the war, and that servants have their own desires and have the capacity to also wish from the Holy Grail, and that really put a few holes in any plans of forming alliances. However, to that end, Tosaka actually did extend the offer of some sort of an alliance. She wanted to mentor Shirou and help him and hopefully team up against Berserker, who she believes that no one master or servant can possibly hope to defeat on their own. However, we actually chose not to do that, and I do believe that is steering us towards a game over. And for now, Rin has left, declaring that next time they meet, she and Shirou will be enemies. And now, Shirou is finding Saber in the dojo and reconnecting with her. Hopefully, this time we will actually get a nice moment to actually talk things out with her and learn her perspective on the war and more about her as a person. Maybe Shirou could even ask her what her true identity is and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's all that really needs to be said. Here we are where we left off, and here's where the choice was, where we could cooperate with Rin. We will probably be returning to this video, once we reach a game over of some sort. Like, I had the realization between sessions that Rin talked a lot about how bad it is for enemy masters and servants to know who you are, where you live, and your routine, and how they can surprise attack you. And then she leaves Shirou, who she knows where Shirou lives, she knows where he goes to school, and she says she's going to be his enemy. I honestly think the game over we're approaching here is going to be Rin attacking Shirou sometime soon. But yes, let's continue. You are awake, Shirou. A calm voice. Her voice, echoing through the dojo as if permeating it, is surprisingly suited to this place.
Ah, ついさっき目が覚めた。Saber はここで何を?
Yeah, I just got up. What were you doing here?
体を休めていました。私にはシロウの手当てはできませんから。今はせめて自身を万全にしておこうと思いまして。
I was resting. I cannot treat you, so I thought I would get myself into perfect condition. Saber says so while looking at me. Well, I feel a tension, different from the one I felt with Tosaka.
シロウ、どうしました？やはり体がまだ。
Yoo-hoo! Operator, I'm ready for my close-up! It's a personal space there. Shirou, what is it? Could it be that your body is still...
いや、こっちも問題ない。勝手に戸惑ってるだけだから、気にしないでくれ。
No, there's no problem. I'm just perplexed for my own reasons, so don't worry. Oh, Shirou. I take a step back, shaking my head. Do I detect a blush? I think she knows. After all, yeah, it was said that the emotions and thoughts of masters can influence servants. It's like a very subtle, half-baked mind reading. Like, obviously, Saber doesn't know exactly what Shirou is thinking, not literally thinking, but she definitely feels how he's feeling, to put it that way. Looking away from Saber, who is tilting her head questioningly, I calm down my pounding heart.
落ち着け。何緊張してんだ、俺は。
Calm down. What am I so tense about? I take a deep breath. But it doesn't seem to die down quickly. In fact, I don't think it ever will.
もう、なんだって着替えてるんだよ、あいつ。
Jesus, why has she changed? I complain without meaning to. Saber's clothes are so real that they make me conscious of her womanhood, whether I like it or not. Is this how people think? This is so alien to me. She is terribly beautiful. I thought I figured that out yesterday, but she really hits me with it now. If she dresses so much like a girl, as a healthy guy, I'm troubled. Shirou. I tense up the moment our eyes meet. Oh, this poor nerd. But I didn't look for her so as to not talk to her. I'm troubled, but I can't stay quiet forever.
よし。
All right.
いいかな、セイバー。こうやって落ち着いて話すのは初めてだけど。
May I, Saber? It'll be the first time we sit down and talk. I make up my mind and talk to her. And then...
シロ、話の前に昨夜の件について言っておきたいことがあります。
She's already done with his shit, I think. Maybe I'm just reading too much into that casual pose. Shirou, before that, there is something I would like to tell you about last night. She interrupts my words with a sullenness that makes her earlier calmness seem like an illusion.
いいけど、なんだよ、話って。
Alright, what is it?
ですから昨夜の件です。
It is about last night, yeah.
シローは私のマスターでしょう。そのあなたがあのような行動をしては困る。戦闘は私の領分なのですから、シローは自分の役割に徹してください。自分から無駄死にをされては私でも守りようがない。
Not only did I start early, but I started reading the wrong thing, something I already read. What? You are my master. It is troubling if you take such an action. Battle is my work, so you must concentrate on your role. If you go and die in vain yourself, there is no way I can protect you. Saber says so clearly. That makes the tension I was feeling vanish.
なんだよそれ。あの時はああでもしなけりゃお前が切られてたじゃないか。
What do you mean? You would have been slashed if I didn't do that.
その時は私が死ぬだけでしょう。シローが傷つくことではなかった。
In that case, I would have just died. It was not something you should have been hurt for.
繰り返しますが、今後あのような行動はしないように。
I will repeat myself. Please do not take such an action again.
マスターであるあなたが私をかばう必要はありませんし、そんな理由もないでしょう。
There is no need for my master to protect me, and there is no reason for it either. Wow.
バカ言ってんな。女の子を助けるのに理由なんているもんか。
Well, don't be stupid. You don't need a reason to save a girl. Maybe she was surprised at being yelled at, but she pauses for a moment as if I've done something unexpected. Yeah, I don't think Saber has actually had the chance to truly learn what sort of person Shirou is yet. And now she's learning very abruptly. And then she stares at me with indescribable dignity. I back up a bit, being stared at. Her look makes me realize that I've said something really out of place. And it embarrasses me.
ともかくうちまで運んでくれたのは助かった。それに関しては礼を言う。
I'm too eager to just keep talking because I'm too wrapped up in the conversation. Anyway, I'm grateful that you brought me home. Thank you for that. I thank her while looking away. It's awkward to thank her in the first place, but it's even more awkward to thank her in this situation. But still, before anything, I have to thank her for helping me.
それはどうも。サーバントがマスターを守護するのは当たり前ですが、感謝をされるのは嬉しい。シローは礼儀正しいのですね。
You are welcome. It is natural for a servant to protect her master, but I'm happy to be thanked. You are very polite.
いや、別に礼儀正しくなんかないぞ、俺。
No, I'm not polite. So there's something I need to clarify right now.
話を戻すぞ、セイバ
Going back to our conversation, Saber.
ー。いや、改めて聞くけど、お前のことはセイバーって呼んでいいのか？
Oh, I'll ask formally. Can I call you Saber?
はい。サーバントとして契約を交わした以上、私はシローの剣です。その命に従い、敵を撃ち、あなたを守る。
Yes. Since I have formed a contract with you as a servant, I am your sword. I will follow your orders, defeat your enemies, and protect you. Saber says so without the slightest hesitation. There is no room for me to question her about it.
俺の剣になるか。それは聖杯戦争とやらに勝つためにか。
Become my sword, huh? To win this Holy Grail war?
シローはそのために私を呼び出したのではないのですか？
Is that not why you have summoned me?
違う。俺がお前を呼び出したのはただの偶然だ。
No, I only summoned you by chance.
セイバーも知ってる通り、俺は半人前の魔術師だからな。セイバーには悪いが、俺にはマスターとしての知識も力もない。
As you know, I'm only an amateur magus. I'm sorry, but I don't have the knowledge nor the power of a master.
けど、戦うと決めたからには戦う。未熟なマスターだけど、セイバーはそれでいいのか？
But I've decided to fight, so I'll fight. I'm an unskilled master, but are you okay with that?
もちろん。私のマスターはあなたです、シロー。
Of course. You are my master, Shirou.
これはどうあっても変わらない。サーバントにマスターを選ぶ自由はないのですから。
I kind of notice how interesting it is that she refers to Shirou's name with no honorifics. She doesn't use honorifics for Shirou. She just bluntly calls him Shirou. That's not exactly the sort of thing you would expect a servant to do when referring to their master. Now, it could be that Saber is culturally not Japanese. Like, I know exactly who her heroic spirit is, and it's not Japanese in origin. But that said, she does have some sort of like servants do have a natural intuition about the current culture that they're in, like the technology and all that, and the norms. So she, by all rights, she should know about honorifics. In fact, she's even heard honorifics being spoken by listening into Shirou and Rin. So what I'm saying is, I just think it's interesting. I'm not sure what to make of it. This fact will not change. A servant does not have the freedom to choose its master. I see. Then I should try to respond to her to the best of my ability.
わかった。それじゃあ、俺はお前のマスターでいいんだな、セイバー。
Alright. So you're content that I'm your master?
ええ。ですがシロー、私のマスターに敗北は許さない。
Yes. But Shirou, I will not allow defeat for my master.
あなたに勝算がなければ私が作る。可能であるすべての手段を用いて、あなたには聖杯を手に入れてもらいます。
If you have no chance of victory, I will make one for you. I will use every means possible to have you obtain the Holy Grail.
私たちサーバントは無償であなたたちマスターに仕えるのではない。私たちも聖杯を欲するがゆえに、あなたたちに仕えるのだから。
We servants do not serve the masters without compensation. We serve you because we also desire the Holy Grail.
ちょっと待った。聖杯が欲しいって、セイバーもそうなのか？
Shirou, were you paying attention at all to what Rin was telling you just now? Huh? Hold on. The Holy Grail, you mean you want it too? No shit.
当然でしょう。もとより、霊体である聖杯に触れられるのは、同じ霊格を持つサーバントだけです。
Of course. After all, the only ones who can touch the Holy Grail in spirit form are we servants, who are also spirits.
聖杯戦争に勝利したマスターは、サーバントを介して聖杯を手に入れる。その後、 サーバントは見返りとして望みを叶える。
The master that wins the Holy Grail war will obtain the Holy Grail through the medium of their servant. After that, the servant will have its wish granted in compensation. Yo. So I see how it is. It was said by Kirei that the Holy Grail is a spirit, and I theorized that it had to be like summoned in just like a servant. And that seems to be the case. The winning servant of the war will have the right to call forth the Holy Grail. Only the winning servant will be able to touch the Holy Grail and bring it into this world so that the physical master can touch the physical Holy Grail. But what this means, I think, is that the servant gets to make the wish first. There are definitely two wishes to be made, one from the servant, one from the master. But the master goes last. That is interesting. Oh boy, okay, yeah. I think it really is in the best interest for masters to form good relationships with their servant. Like, a spiteful servant would totally be willing to just screw over their master and, like, wish that they couldn't wish for it or something like that.
それがサーバントとマスターの関係です、シロ。
That is the relationship between masters and servants. I see. Now that she says it, it's obvious something like a heroic spirit would never obey a mere human being. Since they have their own objectives, they serve the master in exchange. Then that means Saber has a wish she wants granted. That is why Saber has no doubts and declares that she will fight, even with an amateur master like me.
よし。それじゃあもう一つ聞いていいか。
Alright, then can I ask you something else?
マスターっていうのはサーバントを召喚する魔術師のことだよな。
A master is a magus that summons servants, right?
それはいいんだけど、セイバーたちのことが俺にはまだよくわからない。セイバーとかランサーとかどうも本名じゃないのはわかるんだが。
That's fine, but I don't quite understand you guys. Like Saber and Lancer, I know those aren't your real names. Shirou, buddy. The words of Kirei and Rin are rolling off your back like they're water and you're a duck. I could have phrased that better.
ええ。私たちの呼び名は役割ごとにつけられた呼称に過ぎません。そうですね。この際ですから大まかに説明してしまいましょう。
Yes, those are only the names of the classes given to us. Alright, I shall describe it briefly since we have the chance.
私たちサーバントは英霊です。
We servants are heroic spirits.
それぞれが自分の生きた時代で名を馳せたか、あるいは人の身に余る偉業を成し遂げた者たち。
We have each won fame during our lives or have accomplished some great deed beyond human ability.
どのような手段であれ、一個人の力だけで神域まで上り詰めた存在です。
Whatever the means, we are beings that have reached the rank of gods with our own strength. Because what is a god if not some being that multitudes of humans know about, you know? That doesn't even need to be said. Heroic spirits are heroes that had supernatural abilities while they were alive, who are worshipped after their deaths and promoted into the ranks of spirits instead of becoming ghosts.
ですが、それは同時に短所でもあります。私たちは英霊であるがゆえに、その弱点を記録に残している。
But that is also to our disadvantage. As we are heroes, our weaknesses have been recorded.
名を明かす。正体を明かすということは、その弱点をさらけ出すことになります。
Revealing our names, revealing our identity, means revealing our weaknesses.
そうか。英雄ってのは大抵何らかの苦手な相手があるもんな。だからセイバーなんて呼び名で本当の名前を隠しているのか。
I see. Heroes usually do have opponents they are weak against. That's why you're hiding your real name and using the name Saber?
はい。もっとも、私がセーバーと呼ばれるのはそのためだけではありません。
Yes. However, I am not called Saber only for that reason.
聖杯に招かれたサーバントは7人いますが、その全てがそれぞれのクラスに応じて選ばれているのです。
There are 7 servants called forth by the Holy Grail, and every one of these is selected according to the class.
クラス？そのセイバーとかアーチャーとか？
Class? You mean like Saber and Archer? Okay, this is just getting ridiculous. This is like the 3rd time this has been explained to us, but I guess it is a lot of information, and it's really good to ensure the reader knows everything here. Like, these are the basics.
そうです。元より英霊を丸ごと召喚するということ自体が奇跡に近い。それを7人分というのは聖杯でも手に余る。
Yes, summoning a true heroic spirit is already almost a miracle. To summon 7 is too much even for the Holy Grail.
その解決のため、聖杯はあらかじめ7つの器を用意し、その器に適合する英霊だけを呼び寄せた。この世界に我々が存在できるよりしろを用意したのです。
As a solution, the Holy Grail prepared 7 vessels in advance, and only called forth heroic spirits compatible with these vessels.
それが7つの役割。
Those are the 7 classes. Well, honestly, you know, I have to wonder about what the true strength of the Holy Grail is, because, like, the most radical wishes one could imagine, like being able to rule the world or rewrite history, that feels more extreme than just calling forth 7 figures from human collective consciousness, you know? Like, I guess the process is more like the Holy Grail prepared 7 vials of 7 containers, and the heroic spirits are just liquids poured into those containers. But, I don't know, it's like I said, this feels like the Holy Grail shouldn't be so limited, going by the way people talk about it. Saber. Lancer. Archer. Rider. Caster. Assassin. Berserker. Look at that stupid face. I saw it earlier, but I don't think I talked about it. Look at that stupid face. I guess it looks more beast than man, so I suppose that's appropriate. Right, this way, yeah.
聖杯は役割に該当する能力を持った英霊をあらゆる時代から招き寄せる。
The Holy Grail calls forth from all times the heroic spirits, with abilities corresponding to each of these classes. You know, with how huge the Fate franchise has become, with so many spin-offs and alternate timelines and whatever, I wonder if there are any more classes that got added, like some super special class, like an 8th class or something. I don't know, don't tell me if that's the case.
そうしてクラスという殻をかぶった者がサーバントと呼ばれるのです。
And those who receive these classes are called servants.
なるほど。じゃあセイバーは剣に優れた英霊だからセイバーとして呼ばれたってことか。
I see. You were a heroic spirit skilled with swords, so you were summoned as Saber?
はい。属性を複数持つ英霊もいますが、こと剣に関しては私の右に出る者はいないと自負しています。
Yes, there are heroic spirits that have multiple attributes, but I believe I am the best when it comes to swords. Saber does not strike me as someone who brags. I believe her.
もっとも、それがセーバーの欠点でもある。
but that is also the weakness of the Saber class.
私は魔術師ではありませんから、マスターの剣となって敵を撃つことしかできない。
Since I am not a magus, I can only defeat your enemies as your sword.
剣棒術数には向かないってことだな。いや、それは欠点じゃないと思うけど、セイバーはあんなに強いんだから、もうそれだけで十分だろう。
So you're not well suited to trickery. No, I don't think that's a weakness. You're that powerful, so that should be enough, right?
シロ、戦闘で強いだけではこの戦いは勝ち抜けません。
Shirou, you cannot win this war just by being strong in battle.
例えばの話ですが、敵が自身より白兵戦で優れている場合、あなたならどうしますか？
For instance, if your enemy is stronger than you in combat, what will you do?
いや、そうだな。正面から戦っても勝てないって分かってるなら、戦わずに何とかするしかな。
Huh? Well, if I knew I couldn't beat them in combat, I'd have to do something without fighting. Having said that much, I understand. If the enemies are strong, you wouldn't fight a proper battle. Beating opponents with your sword isn't the only way to fight. If you can't beat an enemy with your sword, all you have to do is beat them some other way.
そういうことです。白兵戦で優れていると相手に知られた場合、相手はまず白兵戦など仕掛けてこないでしょう。そういった意味で言うと、能力に劣ったサーバントはあらゆる手を尽くしてくる。
Exactly. If your enemy finds out you are skilled in combat, your enemy will most likely not challenge you in combat. And in that sense, servants that lack ability will use any means possible.
アサシンのサーバントは能力こそ低いですが、気配を隠すという能力がありますし、キャスターのサーバントはこの時代にはない魔術に精通している。
The servant assassin has low attributes, but has a special ability to hide its presence. And the servant caster is versed in magic that does not exist in this age. And I haven't really talked about it yet, but I think the idea of assassin is so cool. Like this glass cannon that has to rely on sneak attacks and trickery to win. I just think assassin is really cool. Like, I might be eating my words when it turns out assassin is freaking terrifying and I want assassin to die, hurry up, die, just die. But I don't know. I think what assassin is a wild card, something that could strike at any time for any reason, at the worst possible places on anyone. It's just cool, you know?
単純な戦力差だけで楽観はできません。加えて私たちには宝具がある。どのようなサーバントであれ、英霊である以上は必殺の機会を持っているのです。
You cannot be optimistic because of a mere difference in power. And on top of that, we have our noble phantasms. No matter what kind of a servant we are, as heroic spirits, we have our guaranteed fatal attack. Says the living servant who was attacked by a noble phantasm.
Hog?
Noble phantasm? It's not a term I've ever heard. I think I might know what it means from the sound of it, though.
宝具とはサーバントが持つ特別な武具のことです。
Noble phantasms are special weapons carried by servants.
ランサーの槍やアーチャーの弓、それに私の剣などが該当します。
Weapons like Lancer's lance, Archer's bow, what bow, and my sword are such.
英雄とはそれ単体で英雄とは呼ばれません。彼らはシンボルとなる武具を持つがゆえにヒーローとして特化している。
Heroes are not called heroes by themselves. Heroes have the weapons that symbolize them that make them a hero.
英雄とその武装は一つなのです。ゆえに英霊となった者たちはそれぞれが強力な武具を携えています。
The hero and his weapon are one. So those who became heroic spirits are each wield a powerful weapon.
それが宝具。サーバントたちの切り札であり、私たちが最も警戒すべきものです。
That is the noble phantasm, the trump card for servants, and the thing we must take the most care of. Saber says that noble phantasms are weapons that heroes wielded when they were alive. I recall that Blue Knight. Yeah, he had the Gaybolg. The lance had absorbed magical energy from the air and pierced Saber's chest with incredible movements. That was certainly not something fit for humans. That lance itself carried a strong curse, but I also felt a strange amount of magical energy in the word Lancer said back then. Then, could it be? Please talk about it.
宝具ってのは魔術なのか?
Damn it! Ask about Lancer's weapon. Saber recognized who Lancer was, right? I think. Saber, are noble phantasms magics?
確かにランサーの槍は曰くありげな槍だったけど、それ自体は槍っていう領域から出てなかっただろ?
Lancer's lance certainly seemed like a lance with history, but the lance itself wasn't extraordinary.
けどあいつの言葉であの槍は武器の領域から逸脱した。それって魔術の類じゃないのか?
But that lance went beyond the realm of weapons with his words. Isn't that some sort of magic?
ええ、確かに宝具は魔術に近い。
Yes, noble phantasms are certainly similar to magic.
例えばランサーの槍です。彼の槍はそれ自体が宝具ではありますが、その進化を発揮するのは魔力を注ぎ込み、その神明を口にした時だけです。
For example, Lancer's lance. The lance itself is a noble phantasm, but it demonstrates its full potential only when he puts magical energy into it and says its true name.
宝具とはある意味形になった神秘ですから。
A noble phantasm could be called a materialized divine mystery.
魔術の発現に栄唱が必要なように、宝具の発動にも栄唱、神明による覚醒が必要になる。
As spells are necessary to activate magic, recitement of the true name is necessary to awaken and activate the noble phantasm.
ですが、これにも危険はあります。宝具の神明を口にすれば、そのサーバントの正体が分かってしまう。
But there is also a danger in that. By saying the true name of their noble phantasm, the identity of the servant is revealed. So, tell me who Lancer is. I'm dying to know.
英雄と武器はセットだもんな。持ってる武器の名前が分かれば、おのずと持ち主の正体も知れる。
Oh, yeah. Heroes and their weapons are one. If you know the weapon's name, you naturally know the identity of the owner. Saber nods silently. That is why the noble phantasm is a trump card. In exchange for revealing the name, it launches an unavoidable fatal blow. But when it does not prove fatal, the servant will expose all its weaknesses.
それじゃあセイバー、お前の宝具はあの見えない剣なのか?
What is... No, stop! Talk about Lancer, please! It's right there! Then, Saber, is your noble phantasm that invisible sword?
そうですね。ですが、あれはまだ正体を明かしていません。今の状態で私の神明を知るサーバントはいないでしょう。
Yes, but I have not revealed its identity yet. No servants should know my true name at this point. Saying that, Saber looks down awkwardly for a second.
シロ、その件についてお願いがあります。
Shirou, I have a request about that matter.
お願いってどんな?
Huh? What kind of a request?
私の神明のことです。本来サーバントはマスターにのみ神明を明かし、今後の対策を練ります。
About my real name. Usually, servants give their true names to their master only to determine future plans.
ですがシローは魔術師として未熟です。
But you are inexperienced as a magus.
優れた魔術師ならば、シローの思考を読むことも可能でしょう。
A superior... Are you done? A superior magus would be able to read your mind, so... They can do that! I'm not sure I knew that before. Okay.
ああ、名前は明かせないってことか。そうだな。確かにその通りだ。催眠とか暗示とかいないとは思うけど、他のマスターにマガン持ちがいたらベラベラ秘密を喋りかねないし。
Oh, so you can't tell me your real name. Yeah, you're right. Like hypnotism, suggestion, or, well, I don't think there'd be any, but if any other master had mystic eyes, I might just start babbling about it.
よし、そうしよう。セイバーの宝具の使いどころはセイバー自身の判断に任せる。
Alright, let's do that. I'll rely on you to decide when to use your noble phantasm.
本当にそんなにあっさりと。
Can you really decide that so quickly? Yeah, Shirou's a trusting guy, man.
あっさりじゃないぞ。ちゃんと考えて納得したんだ。
It wasn't easy. I thought it through.
考えた末の合意だから気にすんな。
I agreed after thinking about it, so don't worry. Well, I get most of this stuff, but I still don't have a grasp of the situation.
なあ、セイバー。マスターやサーバントってなんか目印はないのか？このままじゃどうも勝手がわからないんだが。
We're not gonna talk about Lancer, are we? God damn it. What is Lancer? I gotta know, he's so cool. And Gabolg is so familiar. I know that word so much. It's like everywhere in like most video games. But, who actually wielded it? Whatever. Hey, Saber, do servants and masters have some sort of mark? I don't really know what I should be doing.
いいえ、残念ながら明確な判別方法はありません。
No. Unfortunately, there is no clear way to distinguish them.
ただ、近くにいるのなら、サーバントはサーバントの気配を察知できます。それが実体化しているのなら、なおさらです。サーバントはそれ自体が強力な魔力ですから。
But if the other servants are near, servants are able to sense them, except for Assassin. All the more if they are materialized. Servants themselves are powerful magics.
シロウもバーサーカーの気配は感じ取れたでしょ？
I am sure you felt Berserker's presence.
それはそうだけどな。襲われて初めてわかるなんていうのはまずいだろう。せめて近づかれる前に気づかないと対応できない。
That could be true. But it's bad to be able to tell only when you're attacked. I need to at least know before they approach, so I can take some sort of countermeasure.
では、マスターの気配をたどるのはどうですか？マスターとて魔術師です。魔術を生業とする以上、魔力は必ず漏れています。それを探れば、この町にいるマスターは特定できるのでは。
Then, how about searching for the Master's presence? Masters are magi. Since they use magic for a living, they will leak magical energy. If you search for that, you may be able to determine the Masters in this town.
悪い。あいにくそんな器用な真似はできない。
Sorry, unfortunately I can't do that sort of thing. After all, I didn't even realize the real identity of Tosaka, who goes to the same school as I do. We were in the same building for 2 years, and on top of that, I've seen her several times.
参ったな。これじゃ確かに半人前ってバカにされるわけだ。マスターとしての証も霊樹だけだし、前途は多難か。
Jeez, no wonder people call me an amateur. Only evidence I'm even a master is this command spell. Seems there'll be lots of difficulties ahead. I sigh. And then...
シロ、少し目を閉じてもらえますか？
Shirou, could you close your eyes for a moment? Saber speaks with a serious face. Is she about to, like, awaken magic in him? That'd be cool.
目を閉じるってなんで？
Close my eyes? Why?
あなたがマスターだと証明するためです。いいですから、目を閉じて呼吸を整えてください。
To prove that you're a master, just close your eyes and breathe normally. Oh, I get it. It's sensory deprivation. if Shirou closes off some of his senses like eyesight, for example, he might actually start noticing something else. I close my eyes. I feel something slightly touching my forehead. Hey, it's prickling. Could this be the end of her sword?
Saber, ちょっと待って。なんか変なことしてないか、お前。
Saber? Hold on, are you doing something weird?
マスター、黙って私の指先に意識を集中してください。あなたも魔術師なら、それでこちらの魔力を感じ取れるでしょう。
Master, please stay silent and concentrate on my fingertip. If you are a magus, you should be able to feel my magical energy. Huh. I see, so it's Saber's finger that's touching me. Don't take that out of context. I pull myself together and calm down. Then, what is this?
Saber, 今のなんだ?
Information? Saber, what was that?
なんだではありません。あなたと私は契約によってつながっているのですから、私の状態は把握できて当然です。
It's not something you should be asking me. You and I are connected by our contract, so it's only natural for you to be able to understand my status.
把握って今のが?
Understand? You mean what happened just now?
どのような形で把握したのかは知りません。サーバントの能力を測るのはあくまでシローが見る基準です。単純に色で識別するマスターもいれば、獣に例えて見分けるマスターもいます。
I do not know how you saw it. It is your standard that measures the servant's ability. Some masters classify according to color, and some classify according to animals.
つまり、個人差はあれど、本人にとって最も判別しやすい捉え方をするということです。
So in other words, you perceive it in a way most comprehensible for you. Yeah, I think Shirou saw Saber's attributes and stats there, like some video game UI or a resume.
これはマスターとしての基本ですから、今後は頻繁に確かめてください。私と同様、一度見た相手ならば、その詳細が理解できているはずですから。
This is a standard concept for a master, so please check frequently. Like me, once you see someone, you shall understand their details. Right, so everyone has a freaking scouter from Dragon Ball. Got it. I see. I was a bit surprised since it was so sudden, but I might be able to act a bit like a master now.
マスター、簡略しましたが、私にできる説明は以上です。
Master, I have simplified things, but that is all the explanation I can give you.
ああ、駆け足だけど合点がいった。すまなかったな、セイバー。
Okay, it was quick, but I get it now. Sorry, Saber.
すまなかったではありません。
You should not be sorry.
状況が分かったのなら、これからどうするかを決めるべきではないですか。
If you understand the situation, you should be deciding what to do from now on. She asks me, leaning forward. I see. Saber is the same type as Tosaka. Attack first.
いや、どうするも何も別段変わったことはしないぞ。
Well, we won't be doing anything different.
トサカみたいに自分から他のマスターを倒しに行くなんて気はないからな。
I don't have the will to go out and beat other masters like Tosaka.
シロ、それでは話が違う。あなたはマスターとして聖杯を手に入れる気がないのですか？
Shirou, that does not make sense. Do you not have the will to obtain the Holy Grail as a master? Saber narrows her eyes. They are the calm eyes of a swordsman who allows no disagreement. I stare back, trying not to lose, and clearly tell her my intentions.
ああ、ある。けど、それは悪い奴に渡らないようにしたいからだ。俺には自分から聖杯が欲しいっていう理由はない。
I do. but that's only because I don't want anyone evil obtaining it. I have no reason to want the Holy Grail for myself.
けど、それは戦わないって意味じゃないぞ。
But that doesn't mean I will not fight.
見習いだけど、俺は魔術師だ。自分が後戻りできない場所にいることぐらい理解してる。無傷で何もしないままじゃ生き残れないってことは分かってる。
I'm a magus, even if I'm an amateur. I understand I can't back out of this now. I know I can't survive this without doing anything.
では魔術師として避けられない戦い、つまり聖杯を手に入れるためではなく、聖杯による争いを防ぐために戦うというのですか、あなたは。
Then you are saying you are fighting not to obtain the Holy Grail, but rather to prevent the conflict resulting from the Holy Grail?
まあ、そういうことになるのか。そうだな。きっとそういうことだ。うまく言葉にできないけど、そういう戦いになら価値があるだろう。
Yeah, I guess you could put it like that. Yeah, I think that's what I mean. I can't put it into clear words, but such a fight is worth something, right? That's right. I don't feel anything toward the Holy Grail. But for a reason like that, I think I can fight with all my power and with pride.
わからない。シロは魔術師だという。ならば万能である聖杯を欲するはずです。自分では叶えられない望みがあるからこそ、魔術師は魔術を極めるのではないのですか。
I do not understand. You say that you are a magus, then you should desire the almighty Holy Grail. Does a magus not master magic because he has a wish he cannot make come true? That is actually an extremely good point. Holy shit. Yeah, I mean, that's the entire point of being a magus. To be able to do things beyond the scope of a regular human's capabilities. A magus breaks the barriers of humanity. So, a magus who is a magus yet does not desire more power is paradoxical. That's a good point.
何言ってるんだ。叶えられない望みなんて持ってないぞ、俺。やらなくちゃいけないことは山ほどあるけどな。
What are you saying? I have no unfulfillable wishes. I do have lots of things I have to do, though. That's right. So for now, I should try my hardest not to involve any unnecessary people.
それではシロは聖杯がいらないというのですか。聖杯のためには戦わないと。
Then are you saying you do not want the Holy Grail? That you will not fight to obtain it?
そうは言ってないだろう。戦うからには聖杯は手に入れるつもりだぞ。
I didn't say that. Since I'm fighting, I do intend to obtain the Holy Grail.
それこそ矛盾している。あなたには必要がないものをなぜ戦ってまで欲するというのです。
That is a contradiction. Why do you desire something that you have no need for, going so far as fighting? What? Well, because winning means obtaining the Holy Grail, and most of all...
セイバーには必要なんだろ。なら、必ず手に入れなくちゃ。
I saw this coming. You need it, right? So we have to obtain it.
なあ、他のマスターがどんなやつかは知らない。
This is a new song. Cool. Yeah, I don't know what kind of people the other masters are.
もしかすると、中にはすごくいいやつだっているかもしれない。
Some of them may be really good people.
けど、俺はセイバーの味方をするって決めたんだ。そのセイバーが聖杯を手に入れたいって言うなら、最大限手を貸すのは当たり前だろう。
But I've decided to be your ally. So if you say you want the Holy Grail, it's only natural to help you with all my power, right?
その、親父の受け売りなんだけどな。正義の味方になるんだったら、エゴイストになれって。
Man, Saber is speechless. Well, It's only a second-hand ideal from my father, but he said I should be selfish to become a superhero.
誰にも彼にも味方なんてしてたら意味がないんだから、自分が信用できる、自分が好きな相手だけの味方をしなくちゃダメだって。
It's pointless to support everybody, so he told me to only ally with people I like and trust.
今までそうは思えなかったけど、今はそう考えるべきだと思う。
I never thought that way before, but I think that's how I should be now.
俺は自分のために戦うなんてのはできない。
I can't do something like fighting for myself.
けど、セイバーのために戦うんならそれがいい。
But if I can fight for you, then that's good. And to be honest, this girl seriously yearns for it. It's only natural to want to obtain it for her. Well, I am a guy, you know.
では、私が聖杯を諦めれば戦わないというのですか、あなたは。
Then are you saying you will not fight if I give up the Holy Grail?
うん。
That's a problem. If Saber says that, all my premises will crumble.
いや、それでも同じだ。一度戦うと言ったんだ。
No, it would still be the same. I said I'll fight.
だから逃げない。これは絶対だぞ、セイバー。
So I won't run. This is for certain, Saber. I declare this, looking her in the eye. Saber does not answer immediately, but looks up at me after letting out a deep breath.
わかりました。マスターであるあなたがそう言うのなら、私は従うだけです。私の目的は聖杯であり、あなたの目的が争いの朝廷であっても、行き着く場所は同じですから。
I understand. If you say so as a master, I will only obey. My goal is the Holy Grail, and even if your goal is to stop the conflict, our destinations are the same.
ですが、シロ。
But Shirou. Saber stops. With eyes that seem to be gazing upon something far away.
私にはうまく言えないのですが、それではシロは後悔する。きっと後悔することになる。
I cannot clearly put this into words, but you will regret it later on. You will surely regret it. She says those words. You know what? I don't doubt her. Ooh, status and weapons screen updated. Hello. Let's take a look here. Actually, I might want to continue until there's like music instead of this annoying ticking. We've skipped breakfast and it's noon already, so we decide to eat lunch. Saber can't turn into a spirit like Archer, and I'm not sending her magical energy like all the other masters are doing. It doesn't need to be said that this is because I'm an unskilled master. It seems she can sleep to stop consuming magical energy, but doing so doesn't replenish it. So food will be her only source of energy. I'm in charge of cooking, so I can't be lazy about it.
サーバントは魔力で実体化しているんだろ？
Okay, here we go. Let's look at status. Ooh. Ooh. This is cool shit. Oh. I'm gonna want to look at... Oh my god. Alignment lawful good. That is some Dungeons and Dragons shit, and I love it. Yeah, I'm gonna assume this page will update over time, and I definitely want to look at it every time. Okay, let's see. Class Saber, Master Shirou, true name unknown. Is a female. Let's see, 154 centimeters. Wow, she's short. I'm not too good with judging heights relatively with centimeters, but I know for a fact that I personally am 194 centimeters. I am a very tall person. Alignment lawful good. Strength is B. Constitution is C. Agility is C. Magic? Wait. MGI. What is MGI? Can I click that? No. I don't know what that is. But whatever that is B. Luck is B. NP? Oh, Noble Phantasm. That has to be Noble Phantasm, right? Wow. Okay. Magic resistance A cancels any magic A rank or below. Yo. In practice, no magi today are able to hurt Saber. Okay, it's only caster that she has to worry about. Riding is B, ability to ride things. She can ride most vehicles with above average skill, but she cannot ride those of demonic beast or holy beast rank. Abilities. Details. Ooh. Skills. Instinct A. The ability to always feel the best course for oneself during combat. The heightened sixth sense is now close to precognition. I'm too excited, I keep slurring my words. Oh, give me a moment here. Okay. Had a deep breath, took some water. We're good now. It reduces by half any obstacles to vision and hearing. Magical energy burst. A. This transfers magical energy into one's weapon and body, and by releasing the magical energy instantaneously, it increases one's ability. Simply said, it is a magical energy jet propulsion. Wow. A normal weapon without strong divine protection will not be able to endure her magical energy fueled attack and will be destroyed with one blow. Jeez. Invisible air. Boundary field of the Wind King. Holy crap. An invisible sword. It does not allow the enemy to determine its range. It is simple but tremendously effective in hand-to-hand combat. It is a noble phantasm protected by string magic, but it does not mean that the sword itself is invisible. The blade is clad in wind that changes the refraction of light and makes the shape of the sword invisible? Now, my name is Zephyr. I like wind a lot. So the fact that Saber technically utilizes wind is making my brain explode. Holy crap. It is not a vacuum, but the wind whirling around the blade is like a weapon, and it seems to increase the damage of the slash. Only when the compressed wind is released is a vacuum state created. When the target has resistance to visual impediments, the accuracy correction of the invisible air is ineffective. Other than the advantage of making the blade invisible, it is possible to release the compressed wind, making it a single-use projectile weapon. The damage of such an attack is constant, and Saber's strength or magical energy does not affect it. Wow. Saber's cool, dude. Okay, I'm actually kind of scared to click on these servants we actually haven't seen. Like, it'll probably tell us nothing, so I'll just stick to Lancer, Archer, and Berserker for now. Kukulane? What? What? It's Kukulane! He's cool! I know that dude! Okay, I'm happy I finally learned, but I feel like this should have waited to come up in the story. Until I get further confirmation, I'm not going to click on anything else. Not even Archer or Berserker. Like, I swear to God, if Archer tells me its true name by clicking on it right now, I would be pissed. But Kukulane, this badass motherfucker is a badass motherfucker. Holy shit. I love this dude. I can't... Okay, spears are my favorite weapons, and you're telling me that the Lancer dude... When I love spears, his freaking Kukulane... I should explain who he is. Basically, he's like this mythical... I want to say demigod from some Gaelic mythology. Something close to that, like maybe Scottish or Irish, I forget the distinction. But his thing was that as a child who's like cursed, and he enters like this hulked up monster state, and the dude was a badass that did all these things with the killing monsters and shit, and his ultimate death was incredible. He like single-handedly faced an army, and he just killed everyone until he couldn't move anymore, and he strung himself up to a rock with his own intestines just so he could continue standing, could continue fighting, and this army just stood away from him while he was strung up to this rock with his intestines in fear of him. And after days had passed, they finally worked up the courage to approach him. And when the army's leader did, as a last act, Cuchulainn sprung up out of nowhere and decapitated him before finally dying himself. This motherfucker. Okay, well, moving on from my fanboyism of goddamn Cuchulainn, he's lawful neutral. That tracks, I think. That really does track. Yeah, as I said, I guessed that his master probably wasn't the one to lay down the magical seal at school. And if that is true, a Lancer being lawful neutral would really fit, because he was just passively watching the seal to see who would interact with it. And he waited until Rin tried to disarm it before making his move. He was gathering information on it. So I think that tracks. I think, yeah. Anyway, he has B in Strength, C in Constitution, A in Agility. That fits. Whatever the heck Magic MGI is C. Luck is E? Wait. He has horrible luck? Okay. And I believe Noble Phantasm would be B. Oh. Nullifies all magic that requires less than 2 verses. Cannot block large-scale magic such as great magic and ritual magic. Oh. Okay, so less magic resistance than Saber. That's interesting. The great hero of Ireland. Irish. Okay, there we go. A half-god, half-human hero born of the light god Luch and the sister of King Connor of Ulster, who appears in the Legends of Ulster. His childhood name was Setanta, and it was prophesied from a young age that this child will live as a hero. Oh my god. Cuchulainn means Hound of Culann. The name comes from an oath Setanta made when he was a child, when he mistakenly killed a guard dog of a wealthy merchant named Culann. He promised, "If this dog has a child, I will raise it as strong and as faithful as this guard dog. Until that time, I shall guard you myself." His nickname of Cuchulainn praises not only Setanta's strength for killing the famous savage dog of Culann unarmed, but also the character of Setanta, who thought of the owner of the lost dog even as a child. Cuchulainn grew up to be a strong man and went into an evil land called the Country of Shadows to satisfy the requirements to marry a particular woman. Cuchulainn overcame many difficulties and reached the Country of Shadows. He was well liked by the ruler of that country, the witch, I think I knew at one point how to pronounce this, but I recognize it. Skathak, I want to say? And he trained under her and learned many sorceries and techniques. He obtained the cursed lanced Gaybolg that later became the symbol of Cuchulainn, and he left the Country of Shadows. In the legend, it is said that Cuchulainn was brave, compassionate, and a likable young man. Cuchulainn mercilessly killed his enemies in battlefield, but he respected faith and was noble enough to never break a promise once made. Celtic warriors had the custom of making an oath called a geas, and those warriors who broke the geas were cursed. Cuchulainn, like his nickname, had a geas that said he must never eat a dog, and he faithfully tried not to break that promise. This geas later became the cause of his death. During a battle with an opposing country to protect his weaker country of Ulster, Cuchulainn made several geasa accepting even his own ruin in exchange for forcing the opposing country to make Gyasa unfavorable to them. Some of the famous Gyasa Cuchulainn made were fighting just one warrior a day, promised with his rival Queen Maeve, and one win, one loss, promised with his old friend Fergus. Cuchulainn's brilliant war record can be summarized into the battle against the neighboring country of Connaught. I'm probably bastardizing these. The war between the two started when Connaught's queen, Maeve, irrationally invaded the Steel Ulster's Golden Bull, Dawn, just to beat her husband in a bull comparison contest. Cuchulainn supported the weaker Ulster army against the Connaught force, an allied army of 3 countries, for a length of 7 years, and finally succeeded in making them retreat. At that time, Cuchulainn captured the main culprit of the war, Maeve, but he released her, saying that he would not kill a woman, and reconciliation was reached between Ulster and Connaught. But Queen Maeve perceived her release as the greatest insult, and began a personal revenge against Cuchulainn. After numerous schemes, Cuchulainn was forced to break his Gyasa one by one, and as a result lost all his powers and was at last stabbed in the side with a lance. The proud Cuchulainn would not allow himself to die lying down, and tied himself up to a post. It does not mention that it's with his own intestines. On the verge of death, he saw an otter drinking the blood that had spilled into the river, and as he laughed at his greediness, he died standing. A thrilling great man, Cuchulainn had the protection of the goddess Morrigan, who governed death and destruction. But the story isn't that simple. At first, Cuchulainn declined the goddess's protection. So insulted, Morrigan transformed into many animals and went after his life. But Cuchulainn was able to repel off every attack, eventually treated the wounded Morrigan. Morrigan admired that nobility from the bottom of her heart and decided to support him without his knowledge. So as not to destroy Cuchulainn's pride, she did not help him when he was in his greatest perils, but merely observed the way of a hero. Oh my god, skills. Does not give up easily. It allows for battle even on the verge of death, and allows the user to stay alive until they receive a clearly fatal blow. The ability to escape battle. Can also return an unfavorable battle to the beginning and restore the conditions techniques to their initial states? So if things go badly, he can just reverse time until he wins? What? Well, not literally reverse time, but you know what I mean. Strength of one's godlike nature. The more godlike blood possessed, the higher the stat becomes. Jeez. Gaybolg. Max target 1 person. A cursed lance that will always pierce the opponent's heart once it is thrust. A surely fatal strike from the cursed lance, Gaybolg. Its true nature is the reversal of cause and effect, where the cause of the lance's thrust becomes from the effect of the lance's piercing the opponent's heart. Oh, freaking Killer Queen up in this. No, not Killer Queen, King Crimson. Yeah, Ron Royalty. As the lance is pierced the heart even before it is thrust, it is impossible to dodge or block it once the result has been determined. To dodge Gaybolg, one does not need high agility, but instead the ability to exchange this fate before Gaybolg is executed. Luck is most important. It is the most efficient noble phantasm, as it requires little magical energy to activate, and each activation is a sure kill. Holy crap. Wow, okay, and then there's weapons to go to, but we're already 10 minutes over our quota, so I need to stop right now. I am just geeking out. I can't believe Lancer is Cuchulainn. Why couldn't he be the protagonist? I want a Cuchulainn game. Cuchulainn's cool. God damn it. Holy shit. Okay, well, here we are after that lovely talk with Saber, and we actually got to know more about her and what she thinks of Shirou. Very interesting interactions. I am nerding out over here. Okay, so we're still on what might be a bad path, but it's going so on I don't even know anymore. We declined Rin's mentorship, and they're going to be enemies. I don't know if things going to end badly, but I don't know, man. Next time, I think we'll begin by looking at the updated weapons, and maybe I'll work out the courage to look at the other reference pages. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when it happens. I'm scared. I'm confused, but this is so good. I'm loving this. I need to end things right now because it's getting on too long. I'm Zephyr the Jester. This is more Fate Stay Night. I thank you for watching. Hopefully, I'll see you next time. So until then, please take care.